Welcome back to our class. Subscribe, like, share. We do a scientific notation.
What's up? I'm gonna need you to have a little more energy,
No,
a little better energy
no,
on my channel.
no.
I'm gonna be bringing the property value down on my channel,
I don't care.
youngin. All right, so yeah, scientific notation. We're gonna multiply these two values together. I'm gonna do it in two different ways. All right. So one way, Assata, right? You can approach these problems is you can think of them as like imagine this, right? So what if you had like 3x to the fourth power times 5x to the third power? What would you do? What would you do?
I multiply 3 and 5.
And those are called coefficients. Coefficients. Say coefficient.
Go ahead.
Slow down. Say
Coefficient.
Slow it down for the people
Coefficient.
watching. Coefficient. This isn't about you.
Coefficient.
This is about the audience. Be cooperative. What's 3 times 5?
15.
So that would be 15. And then it's not time for singing. So take your headphones off. Are you kidding me? Are you really in this video or YouTube that's gonna be watched by many people? You got headphones in? Are you out of your mind? Are you insane? Yeah, get it together. All right, so x to the fourth. Then what would you do with the x's? What would you do with the x's? What would you do with the x's? We just did a problem like this, bro. X to the fourth times x to the third. What do you do with the exponents?
Oh, you multiply them.
No, you do not multiply them. When you're multiplying variables, you add the exponents. When you multiply variables, you add the exponents. When you divide variables, you subtract the exponents. Why would you say add?
You just add the variables.
When you multiply variables, you add the exponents. When you divide, what do you do to the exponents?
Subtract.
Yes. So you write the variable one time, stop kicking the wall. You add 4 plus 3, you get 7. So think of this problem the same way, right? The 3 and the 5 are like coefficients. The 10s are like x's. The 10s are like x's. You see the parallel? Pay attention, pay attention, pay attention. Look at the board. The 10s are like x's, right? And then you're going to do the 4 plus the 3. So that's going to be 15. You keep your multiplication sign, and then there's going to be 10 to the 7th power, right? But that's not scientific notation. Excuse me. Because one part of scientific notation is this. The factor must be a number between 1 and less than 10, right? From 1 up to less than 10. So it could be 9.99999999999, whatever. But it can't be 10, right? It could be 1, and it could be any number up to 10, but not including 10. So we got to change this 15 into scientific notation. Do you know how to change numbers in standard form into scientific notation?
No.
All right, there's something else I'm going to teach you. I'm going to do a like kind of quick and dirty version here. So 15 needs to be converted to a number between 1 and 10. So 15 has an invisible decimal point where? Right there. So you need to move the decimal point one space to the left. Now this 15 becomes 1.5. Now, then you write a multiplication sign. Then you write a 10. And then the question is, what is your exponent going to be? The way you figure out what the exponent is going to be is this. I thought you didn't know how to do scientific notation. Stop frauding. So look. So 1.5. So how many spaces would you have to move in order to get back to the original number from 1.5? One space to the right. Positive numbers are to the right. That's why it's going to be positive 1. So this is 15 represented in scientific notation. So this is what will happen. So instead, we replace 15 with this right here, right? So that's going to be 1.5 times 10 to the 7th times 10 to the 1st times 10 to the 7th. Now, so we're going to have 1.5 times, use the multiplication property for exponents. What happens to the 1 and the 7? What happens to the 1 and the 7?
Subtract. No, add them.
You add them. You subtract when you divide bases. When you divide the bases, you subtract the exponents. When you multiply bases, you're adding the exponents. 1 plus 7. So 1.5 times 10 to the 8th will be the final answer. All right? That's going to be the final answer. Now, there's another way we could have did it. Another way we could have did it was this. We could have converted this to standard form, converted this to standard form. 3 times 10 to the 4th means you got a 3 with 4 zeros. You got a 3 with 4 zeros. So a 3 with 4 zeros, what number is that? A 3 with 4 zeros, what number is that?
3,000.
No, that's 3 zeros.
Oh,
I said 4. I clearly said 4 zeros. Are you awake? Wake up. So 3 with 4 zeros is 30,000, right? What's a 5 with 3 zeros? What's a 5 with 3 zeros? What's a 5 with 3 zeros?
5,000.
Right, that's correct. Good job. Now, you can convert to standard form and then multiply. What's 30,000 times 5,000? Just do 3 times 5. 3. You got a bunch of zeros, right? Don't even stress yourself. Do the 3 times 5, you get 15. And attach all these zeros. Attach all these zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then go from the right, commas. Every 3, hit a comma. Boom. That's 150 million, right?
Yeah.
That's 150 million, right? And then put them in scientific. Now put this in scientific notation. So create a number. The invisible decimal point is out here. Move the decimal point however many spaces you need to in order to create a number that's between 1 and 10. Move the decimal point until you create a number that's between 1 and 10. This is 150 million. If you move the decimal point 1 space to the left, it's going to be 15 million. Move it again. That is 1,500,000. Move it again. You keep moving it until you create a number that's between 1 and 10. So what's going to happen is you're going to move it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. So that's going to be 1.5. 1.5 is between 1 and 10. It's more than 1, it's less than 10, right? 15 is too big. So if you move the decimal point and get to 15, that's not suitable because that's not between 1 and 10 because 15 is bigger than 10. If you move it to make it 0.15, that's not suitable neither because that's less than 1. Remember, your number, your first factor, the first number in scientific notation, in your expression, should be between 1 and 10. Remember that. We got other videos on the channel. So I got a whole playlist on scientific notation. Holler at that playlist for more clarity on this. So 1.5 times 10 to the 3, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. So that's another way to get 1.5 times 10 to the 8th. You understand? This was for your benefit. All right? This was for your benefit. Hope you were paying attention. All right. So scientific notation. You see a problem like this? I broke it down to you a couple different ways, but remember, your final answer should be in scientific notation. So this 15 times 10 to the 7th. Some people see a multiplication sign, a 10, and an exponent, and they think, oh, that's scientific notation. Technically, no. The first factor. The first factor should be a number that's between 1 and 10. 15 is not between 1 and 10 because 15 is bigger than 10. All right. So, any questions, Assata? You understand how to do this now? I'm talking to you.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Anything you want to say to the people?
No.
All right. We out. See you on the next video.